Angry guy here, and broke girls are crying because men won't pay for their meals anymore. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, please help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already have it, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. Broke girls are crying because men won't pay for their meals anymore. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the first video.
Date who should pay.
I know. I mean, that's what I told them. You know, I'm sorry.
But-
I would say, I'm dating. We're dating. You
But
know,
here's
the
the-
gentleman here.
Here, okay.
Pay.
He's supposed to pay.
Yeah, that's
You're
what I told him.
but you're supposed to have sex with him whenever he says.
No. Whenever Walt.
Where does this double standard come from? I'm sorry, it's the reality. You guys can moan at it all you want, but the moment you say to a guy, you have to fucking pay for my time, you're saying this relationship isn't equal. This relationship isn't equal. My time is worth more than yours, so you should pay for it. I wonder what paradigm that sets up.
It's amazing, guys. You know, and it's not just that paradigm. They literally say that not only is my time worth more than yours, but so is my humanity, my presence. My simple presence in a relationship is enough. I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't bring anything of actual value to the relationship except for my presence because I am the table. And it's unbelievable. A man brings his value, okay, all right off the bat. A man has to be a provider. He has to be a protector. He has to be fit. He has to have worked on himself. He has to have conversational skills. He has to have the ability to compete for women. He has to have all of these things before he can approach a woman. A woman does not have to have anything other than simply being a woman and being present. And modern day women, they don't take any of this into consideration because they are handed absolutely everything.
What did a guy spend on a first date in Miami?
In Miami?
Like over $100, probably like 200.
Well, I mean, I think that's minimum.
The average
because
bill is
everything
like
is expensive. But
Does that mean that he's gonna get sex afterwards?
No, it does not mean that.
not necessarily. It depends on the vibe for me.
So if he's spending $250 on a first date,
May get a kiss. May
On
get
a
a
first
kiss.
date? Yes.
would you be willing to split the bill with him?
No.
Yes.
No.
No?
No.
Not on a first date?
You're paying for my first like 8 dates.
Oh.
First 8 dates?
That's like
We have
drastic.
different criteria.
But I would
guess.
probably say
I
like,
don't-
I'd probably say like, yeah, like 5 or 6 dates.
So when do you start paying for them?
Like after we're officially like, not official, but like after we're like, we're consistently dating and you're consistent as you know, because at first you don't know if they're just seeing you or if they're just seeing other people, you know?
So at what point in his spending spree does he get sex?
It depends, really.
Guys, you have to be a real simp. And notice what this guy, the interviewer, a lot of women are always hitting on him, attracted to him, want to hook up with him. This woman on the left, as you can see, you know, she is a woman who has a bit of additional weight on her. And she basically believes that she is not only the prize, but a man has to spend thousands of dollars on her. Because if he's spending $250 or even $200 per date, and he has to do that every single date, as he said, as the interviewer said, you know, a spending spree. By the time she may decide to have intimacy with him, he would have already spent well over $1,000, and in the minimum range of around $1,500 to $2,000 on this woman who may or may not have become physically intimate with him. Because remember, he is not entitled to anything from her. He is not entitled to physical intimacy, but she is entitled to his resources, for her presence. Like, do you guys see the reality that men absolutely live in? And even her friend was shocked. Her friend, who was, I believe, considerably more attractive, was actually shocked at her friend's response. This is the level of insanity. You know the reason why this woman on the left has such a larger head? Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because there are a lot of simps. Maybe there may actually be more simps that message the girl on the left than the girl on the right. Because the simps look at the girl on the left and they think that this girl is more likely to be more receptive to them than the girl on the right. So they'll take so the girl on the left will then end up getting even more attention than the girl on the right, because there are some sims who will say, "Yeah, I don't even have a shot with her, but I may have a shot with the girl on the left." So now she gets a big head thinking that she is not only just as valuable as the girl on the right, but she's also more valuable and more attractive than the girl on the right, who is slimmer and fitter and looks more feminine. How insane is that? And then, of course, the girl on the right is telling the girl on the left that, "Oh, girl, you're so beautiful. You're a 10. You're a 10." All women walk around telling themselves that they are tens. Sims tell these women that they're tens. So they naturally begin to believe it. There's a complete disconnect between reality and their mental state from being online all the time. Women are living online in reality. It's insane. They're going through the world, and their mind is in cyberspace, even though they're in reality. So they believe that what happens in on the internet and their experiences on the internet naturally translate to the real world. So if they're getting tons of attention from Sims on the internet, they believe it feels like they're being bombarded at all times in reality. It's insane, but it's true. And it puts their value, makes them think that their simple presence is so valuable, because Sims will never stop. Sims won't stop. You have a lot of Sims that are joining the Passport Bros, but they're not changing. They're just going over to the Philippines and spending large amounts of money and losing this money. And it's like it'll never end. They'll never change. They will never change. There's something psychologically wrong with them. And I've advocated it. I've said that these individuals, they're not fit for they're not fit for that normal life. They really need to be under the supervision and control of a masculine man who will, provide resources for them, but they can't be out there in the streets. Like they need them. They need, just like how in the past, servants would have a master, have a master that would oversee. These men need the structure of a man, a strong masculine man that keeps them in check. Because if you don't have that, they're gonna just keep running wild. And when it gets bad enough, they just go overseas. They flee the country. So they're it's like they destroy their country and then they run and flee the country and try to follow strong men, because that's what they do. The weak follow the strong. So the weak men are going to follow the strong men that have paved the way. And then, of course, the women are going to follow the men, because as the men are leaving, the women are going to begin following. You're going to see more and more women following the passport kings all around the world, following the passport kings everywhere. It's ridiculous, but this is the reality.
Most a man should spend on a first date?
I feel like if I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna use all my products to come out with you, I need like a minimum of $200. A minimum, and that's like being nice.
And what does the man get in return for that?
My presence?
But aren't you having his presence within you already?
I hear you, but no. No. I mean, like, I'm
How
here
is
to
it
get
different?
to know you. I'm here to get to know you. You invited me out.
But he has to drop $200.
Yeah. Because
Minimum.
yeah. Because you
just
invited
because
me out.
just because you have to do your makeup?
Because I have to. Okay, so we're gonna do the math. My moisturizer is $400. My eye cream is $300. My serum is like another $300. My makeup, not included. So if I have to spend, that's my money. I'm spending my money on these products. I'm going to use these products.
Who are you using them for, though?
For myself.
Okay.
But I'm going to use these products and I'm going to show up, because it's not like I'm going to show up in sweats.
The man doesn't owe you anything if you're just getting to know each other.
If you're inviting me out, you owe me a date.
So think about this carefully. A girl can simply show up in a pair of jeans. This is madness, by the way. There's no reason why a woman needs all these insane products. You look at women overseas, and they are fitter, they are more feminine, they're more friendly, their skin is flawless, and a lot of these women use makeup and they don't need to spend this kind of money. They don't have that kind of money. So something is really wrong here. And it's basically what these women are trying to do is to have you subsidize their living. And she knew that she was off. You could see you see what happened. The interviewer stood up. He stood up to her. He stood up to her. He stood up to her, looking at her like, "Come on, lady, this is BS." And she goes, "Okay, listen. I have to do this and this and this and this and this. So he has to spend this money on me to, for me to do this." Basically, the men are subsidizing their living. That's 100% what's happening. The man, she thinks, guys, it's like if you look at how she's dressed, by the way, she's advertising. That's what Mayumi calls an evening delight. These are evening delights, okay? And it's like, really what she should be doing is just charging up front. But they want to keep up, but it's more profitable, just like it's more profitable for women to keep these, string these simps along on Twitch and then move them over to Lonely Fans and Only Fools or whatever, and then extract consistent wealth and resources from them that way. It's more profitable for women to use the marriage scam or the date scam to extract wealth and resources from a man over a long period of time instead of just having him pay for it up front. That's the reality that we live in, guys. If you're enjoying this content, please help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Broke girls are crying because men won't pay for their meals anymore. What do you guys think regarding everything we discussed in this video today? I want to hear your thoughts, so let's talk about them in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.